And we're back here, second hour main event. On Tuesdays means the local legend, as we know him around here, Bruce Cooper, joins us. Last show of 2025. And Coop, you made the show better this year on Tuesdays.
Really?
For 2025.
Really? That's debatable. Dale doesn't believe that. But I tell you what, isn't that something? The last Tuesday of 2025. Hey, happy early New Year's to both of you guys. My goodness.
Now, Coop, the question is, somebody of your stature and age, do you see midnight Arizona time?
Well, you know what? Unfortunately, since I have stepped away from the business, the wife has me going to some annual New Year's Eve party with her friends. And so, I mean, it's been really cold the last. I mean, they have it out in a big patio out in back, and I mean, they have the little burners going. But I mean, it's been really cold.
I know. Don't you wish you had a job still?
I really do. I mean, I don't really know.
I can send you somewhere. I'm out of town. I can be like, Coop, I need you to fill in for me. Get you over there if you want.
Yeah, and here's the deal. I'm not a big drinker. Everyone there is, and my wife, she loves it that I go because now she knows that I'll safely drive home, She has a ride home,
not those expensive Ubers, right?
I mean, it's not something that I really look forward to, but I know it's something you have to do.
Oh yeah,
Dale's going to be asleep by 6:30.
Actually, we're going to see Frank Caliendo on New Year's
Really?
Eve. He's at the Tempe Improv.
Yeah, ask Dale how we got those tickets, Bruce.
Yeah, Dale, how did you get those tickets? You win another bet?
No, it's who you know, Coop. You know this. It's who you know, not what you know.
That's right. And his shows are early. Are you going to the early show?
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
But even the second one's an early show because he doesn't want people in the improv because they don't pay attention. I saw Billy Idol one time in Vegas on New Year's. Got free tickets. We were in Vegas for it. Got free tickets and went. Nobody cared. Billy Idol was singing about 11:50. Yeah. It was all about New Year's at that point.
Yeah,
you just stop paying attention.
Yeah, Dale gets wild out on New Year's Eve out here. I mean,
Tempe, watch out.
He's popping the chocolate milk and everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tempe, watch out. Coming up here.
No, we'll be way past home by then.
I'll either be in El Paso, Texas, or Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Wow.
See what's happening over there.
Well, so you're going to the ASU game at Sunbow with Duke, huh? How about that?
Well, I thought it might be Kenny Dillingham's last game, so I figured I'd check it out.
Well, I tell you what, I hope Cam Dyer gets a little bit more playing time.
They've said I've got it on good authority. They have plays set up for Cam Dyer to get in there.
Yeah, and another thing too that I really was happy to see. Jake Fetty, local kid practicing there. Yeah, he got to practice.
From El Paso, local kid. Yeah.
Right.
They got him practicing, no number because he's not technically on the team and everything, but he's been practicing, which makes it weird. And then you got the transfer portal coming up. They're going to get a decent named kid from the so Dryer's waiting. He's coming over, 2-year commitment to ASU now, and he's finally able to graduate and get over to the program. And then you go get a kid in the transfer portal. Is this a smart move to do, or do you roll it with the young kids?
Well, here's the deal. How do you know for sure that Sam Levitt is leaving?
I mean, we talked about this yesterday.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Everybody else that's either going pro or in the transfer portal is in El Paso, practicing or being there, watching the practices. Jordan Tyson. One of the guys, I forget who it is, but one of them, Yabney. Well, one of them had surgery, so he wasn't there over the weekend, but he's going. He's there now. One guy's missing.
Levitt.
He's upset about something. He's totally disassociated himself with this.
So, Coop, here's it's my theory that, and again, whether Steve can tell you whether he believes it or not, that Dillingham and Sam Levitt got together a couple hours before that football banquet. And I'm not so sure that Levitt didn't say, I'd like to come back. I'd like to come back. We're seeing out there that maybe it's not as green as we thought it was going to be in more ways than one. I'd like to come back. And Dillingham said, no, we've already planned for you to move on.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think that either, but I think a possibility could be was Sam Levitt's team went, all right, we have this deal for $2 million a year, $2.5 million a year. We want $4 million. We want $5 million. And then ASU said no.
Well, no. I think you're both wrong, but I think it's not bad to think that way. But here's what I really truly believe. I think that Sam and his brother particularly,
It's his agent.
yeah. Good. I'm glad you mentioned that because I certainly forgot to mention that.
He's his agent.
Yeah. He's shopping for dollar sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's his brother. That's what his brother's doing. And this next year, 2026 football season is huge. It's critical for Sam Levitt to reestablish himself as a top-tier quarterback because that's what he was coming in until the season unfolded.
Right.
Now, is he thinking to himself, I'm going to a place unfamiliar to me, a place where I have to relearn a completely different offense, get acclimated with completely different teammates and coaching
And
staff.
coaches.
Right. And now, but if I stay and I come back, I may not get that $4 million. But ASU, based on what Dillingham was able to, I guess, procure from the ASU administration in terms of more money for his coaching staff. I think there'll be a little bit more NIL numbers, money. So now Levitt, who you said was looking at 2.5 and the offer was 4, now maybe it's 3.25. And that's enough based on him saying, okay, I got that plus the familiarity that I have with coaches, players, things like and system. I'm coming back.
Can you bring back a kid though that's totally distanced himself from the program?
Look. You can make the argument that it's tougher for him to get around with his foot injury. He doesn't want to pedal everywhere he goes.
You could. I understand.
You can make that argument.
He's got to be walking by now, doesn't he?
I have no idea. I don't know the depth of his.
Well, nobody knows
injury.
what his injury was.
Yeah.
It's a
right?
sprained ankle playing basketball. Coach.
Well, let's put it like this. Whatever it was, it required surgery. That much we know.
I just know that the way that ASU was talking about, they started about Sam Levitt. Everybody said it from, Rossini to coaching staff. They kept saying first thing they'd say is it's not about money. He's not leaving about money, and then they say, well, what's he leaving for? Oh, we don't want to talk about it. And then the rumors came out, and the reports were, and they came from his people. That we don't think we can protect Sam, and so we want to go to a program where he can be protected, and stuff like that. But the way Sam plays is the reason he got hurt.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. No matter where you go, there's going to be an offensive line in front of you, and there's going to be a defensive line in front of that offensive line, and there's going to be coordinators who are going to send corner blitzes.
Do you watch Alabama? Do you watch Georgia? Those quarterbacks get hit all the time,
and so
they have good offensive line.
Yeah, and so you're not going. So my whole point in saying all that is that your quarterbacks are going to get hit. That comes with the territory. That comes with the position.
Right.
And so it can't guarantee that, but I guarantee you this: Arizona State knows that it has to go out and find some new offensive linemen because I think they're losing. All their seniors off that offensive line.
And they got that. Well, some of their young kids got playing time this year because Ben Coleman's replacement was a freshman. Yeah, but then they went out and they got that 6'8" guy that was committed to Georgia, got him to switch, and stuff to that effect. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see on the Levitt situation. I think
he'll be back.
I think
I really
upset.
do. I would really be surprised if he does
all of that talk.
If he does leave.
Really?
I would be.
Well, why wouldn't you be around your team though? And I don't
Well,
care about the mobility part. You figure out a way.
Well, I just think that could be easily said because look, Sam has already established a relationship with his teammates. So whatever it is, it's not with his teammates because they're a brotherhood.
No, that's my point.
They've already talked about it.
It's coaching staff or something.
So whether Sam wants to just sit back and relax and not be a distraction or whatever the case may be, or maybe he just doesn't want to answer any questions out there about his availability, so he doesn't want to hang out in front of our media that will be at the practices. So whatever it is. I don't
the
think
media is not talking to Jordan Tyson or Abney or Rouser, who is practicing and going to play, even though he declared for the draft.
Their
you
names
can avoid that.
Their names are not Sam Levitt.
You can avoid.
They aren't Sam Levitt. There's a big difference. Sam's going to draw that crowd.
So, Coop, tell me this: next year, opening day, is Kyler Murray and Sam Levitt in the Valley? Is one of them in the Valley? Is none of them in the Valley?
I'd like to see both of them in the Valley, but I think there's a greater chance that Levitt is than there is Kyler.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and here's the deal. I would love to see Kyler Murray back with the Cardinals because I think he gives them the best chance to win, not Jacoby Brissett. If you just watched the Monday night game, or was it Sunday night game? The Sunday night game between the 49ers and the Bears, you'll know why I'm a big Kyler Murray fan. I'm talking about the dual threat quarterback.
Yeah.
Did you see our local legend, Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
I mean, he ran for 2 scores, and then he looked like Kyler Murray when he rolled out, flushed out of the pocket, and he evaded 2 rushers and threw a touchdown pass.
But you know what the difference is? Brock Purdy stands in the pocket and throws it. Kyler Murray gets the ball and looks to run.
And then you look at Caleb Williams on the other side.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that the renaissance of the Bears is due in large part not to Williams' arm, because he's been phenomenal throwing the ball, but his legs. He has done so. And so I look at Jacoby Brissett. He is not going to be able to make those types of plays, those game-changing, game-winning plays, to keep a drive alive in the fourth quarter of a key drive. I mean, and so that's why if you can bring me in a quarterback that is a dual threat quarterback that can replace Kyler Murray, okay, I'm not going to argue that. But if you can't, and I just don't see anyone out there in free agency, I'm not enamored with anyone in this draft. The quarterback I like the best in this draft really is Ty Simpson of Alabama. I mean, he has the matter of fact. He reminds me more of a Brock Purdy. He can extend plays with his feet. He can stand tall in the pocket. I mean, do these things. But
when was the last time an Alabama quarterback did anything in the pros?
You know what? I don't even worry about that. I don't worry about that because it's the individual and not the school.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
It's
like Ohio State running backs.
well, again, it's
They
the
get to the
individual.
pros, and you go, where are they?
Well, let's put it to you like this. I didn't see Tre'Davion Henderson doing too badly or Quinshon Judkins doing too badly.
I was waiting for the Jenkins.
I didn't see those guys do too badly. But you flip the coin, Ohio State wide receiver seemed to do
Marvin Harrison right up there, right?
Yeah. Well, we don't want to go that far just yet. But I will say this, that I do believe that for the Cardinals to be successful, because we've already seen that it's not the quarterback. Because Jacoby Brissett, who everyone says the offense looks better with, when him on the center, 1 win, 10 losses.
Yeah, they still can't score.
They can't, and so the bottom line is you're going to make your quarterback better by giving him, oh my gosh, I don't know, some playmakers. I mean, did we see my boy Bijan Robinson last night? I mean, come on. Look. I'm not going to get into all that, but I mean, the Cardinals are devoid of anyone like that.
If you don't know, he wanted Bijan on the Cardinals in the draft. That's what he's alluding to.
And so, but it's just the Cardinals have nothing like that.
Okay, but tell me this: how about looking at the coaching? Because I'm watching this San Francisco team, Coop, on Sunday night, and Brock Purdy. I've always kind of thought he was special. Did I think he's going to be this special in the NFL?
Well,
probably not. But you're down your all-world left tackle. You're down your top 3-4 tight end in the league.
Yeah.
You've already lost your all-world middle linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
You've lost your defensive end, who probably is averaging 12.5, 13 sacks a year. And then here they are fighting for the number 1 seed.
Here's the bigger point. Other than Christian McCaffrey, tell me which skill player is a playmaker on the Niners. Because you bring up you need playmakers. Other than Christian McCaffrey, who I understand is a big part of it. Okay, so a young kid that you draft later than number 4, it's not about personnel and playmakers. You can survive with not giant playmakers out there. They just have to be able to catch the football, and you got to dial the plays up properly. That's what Shanahan and that offense does for the Niners. That's not what the Cardinals do with their people.
Well, let's keep in mind
Look how wide open those receivers were for the Niners. Have you ever seen a receiver that get that wide open for the Cardinals?
Hey, who were they playing last night?
No,
who were they playing Sunday? Okay. Yeah. No, but my point is, Mac.
But hold on. Arizona was playing Cincinnati.
My point is,
who gives up 30 points a game?
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Was in at quarterback for the better part of the season, and there are a lot of people that are saying Hey, we don't even Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mac
you
Jones
know,
played
you
it
know,
well.
yeah.
But that comes to coaching.
But exactly. And so I'm getting to my point is that I don't understand why this new buzz out there is that the Cardinals would keep Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all. But to your point
It's being
again,
fed to
I
these
mean,
media people. It has to be. It's being fed. It was fed to Daryl Johnston on Sunday. It was fed to the national guys. It's fed to everybody right now that Jonathan Gannon's safe. They're feeding it to him.
Yeah. But
Let me
I'm going to
interrupt
go
you.
back to the 49ers because you talked about the playmakers. Do you know? Guess who their leading rusher is? Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to ask you this question. Do you know who their leading receiver is?
Christian McCaffrey.
Point exactly.
Yeah.
Point
That's
exactly.
what I'm saying. That's why I say take him away because
Well, if
obviously
you
it's
take him
special
away,
talent.
then the 49ers aren't going to do what they're doing right now.
Well, that's the point, though. So,
The Cardinals are devoid of anyone like that. Is my point.
so,
Well,
so find a
is
Christian
true.
McCaffrey. Done.
Well, no,
Yeah.
Simple.
no.
We can do that.
No. There are other running backs out there that are weapons both running and catching the ball. And we saw one last night in Bijan Robinson. There's one up in Detroit.
I'm not saying you
named
don't
Jameer.
need playmakers. I'm saying a good coach puts no name like Purcell. You know, he's going to turn out to be a good receiver in this league.
Yeah, Ricky
If he
Pearsall's a good
If he
player.
can stay healthy, but he's not Ayuk. He's not Marvin Harrison's expectation level.
He's
coming
not
into this.
Debo. He's not Debo
He's
Samuel.
not that level. And look what he does. Look how open he is, and he catches the ball. And
But by the
But
way,
they have somebody named Kerry Kittle as well,
Yes.
who draws a lot of attention. But yeah, look.
To tell me this, it's not Terry Kittle.
I mean, George.
Yeah, George Kittle. Terry played basketball, didn't he?
He did. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you know Brandon Ayuk when he was at ASU?
I did.
Good guy, bad guy,
No,
okay guy?
he was gregarious, always smile on his face.
Okay.
Yeah, I found him a joy to talk to, but yeah, he was a happy-go-lucky, smiley guy.
that surprises me.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't come off that way, does he?
No.
Dan?
Well, do you hear him say much? As
No,
a
no,
pro?
no. But that's what I mean.
It's
an ego. I think.
no,
I
well-
think his ego is too big, or he's being fed wrong
Well,
information.
it's either his agent is,
That's what I'm getting at.
or he has gotten a little money hungry. You know, he wasn't like that in college.
Because I mean, when
Okay,
he
I'm just
signed
curious.
that deal with the Niners, remember all that stuff they went through? Then they finally re-signed him.
Yeah.
And he's doing the same stuff after they signed him. It's like you obviously didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
So why did you
I-
even sign the deal?
yeah,
You could have forced
yeah,
your way out or whatever.
yeah,
It's
I'm-
just weird, and there's either somebody in his ear or,
But yet,
like you said, something
the
I said.
only reason I bring that up is because even through that, even through the injuries, even through all the nonsense, here they are playing for home field
Yeah.
advantage on Sunday.
Yeah, and
Or Saturday,
isn't it something that the 49ers, as you mentioned, they actually have receivers who catch the ball. I don't
Catch
care
it.
if it's Jawan Jennings
and
has
they get open,
just
too.
Jawan Jennings has just been a revelation.
Yeah.
I mean,
But even look what Ben Johnson's done with the Bears this year, right? Coming from the corner. One, the Lions took 9. I expected the Lions to take a couple steps back. They took like 9 steps back.
well, here's the deal. There are coaches who can bring out confidence in a player.
Yeah.
Without confidence, you're not going to go
Yeah.
forward.
No,
And I hate to make this segue, but but because I'm gonna make the segue into this right here. We see that with the Phoenix Suns. There was a guy named
You're
Jordan
right.
Goodwin who came over in the trade with Bradley Beal, played for some guy named Mike Budenholzer, and Goodwin sat on the bench,
Yep.
didn't do a darn thing. Same Jordan Goodwin back for a second run in Phoenix, but he has a new coach in Jordan Ott. Ott believes in this kid. He has fueled his confidence. Even some guy named Jamari Bouye.
Yeah.
I mean, no-name guys that are just
Well, hold
lurching
on,
down
Coop.
in the G League.
Is there any bigger example of that than some little white guy named Colin Gillespie?
There you go.
Come on now.
That's Dale, very good point.
I'll
Very good
add
point.
Steve Dunn into
Very good point.
I'd add Dunn into that as well.
Very good point.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because of last year, what he went through last year with playing, getting benched, playing.
So yes, coaching makes a difference. Ben Johnson has obviously pushed the right button with Caleb Williams. Has Caleb feeling like he's back at USC or back at Oklahoma before he went to USC? You know, he's playing like he's confident he can do and play with all the freedom, the confidence in the world. Before, you know, that confidence wasn't there, and it showed on the field.
And let me tell you, because I've always said this. I remember in the 7 seconds or less when Mike D'Antoni was coaching.
I love those era. Don't take me back there.
And what I loved about Mike D'Antoni is talking to some of the players back in the day and listening to him talk. He would never take you out for missing a shot.
He would take you out if you didn't take it.
He would take you out if you didn't take the shot.
I've had a lot of interviews with Mike D'Antoni over the years, and absolutely. I mean, there was a, gosh, I'm losing his name. He's a guy that clotheslined Kobe.
Rajah Bell?
Rajah Bell.
Yeah.
Okay, so check out.
With his giant diamond earrings on the court, always made me laugh.
So Rajah was always noted as a defensive savant, if you will.
Yeah.
Never off. But he became a prolific three-point shooter with Phoenix. So we asked him, hey, man, how much did you really work on your game? He said, no, I've always been there. But, Mike D'Antoni is the first guy that ever believed him. He told me that if I didn't take the shots, I'd be sitting on the bench, to your point.
Yeah.
So,
And again, you play basketball, I play basketball. If you're worried, and it goes to football too, if you're worried if you screw up, you're going to be on the bench.
Looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, you're going to be on the bench versus I don't care if you screw up.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
Yeah.
It's the mindset is
Sure.
a terrible thing to waste.
Sure. Yeah. Look. I as a guy who didn't play professionally but did play sports, I can tell you about confidence. If I have confidence and I have the freedom to go do things, I play completely different than if I don't.
Yeah.
And so it's no different from. I'm not trying to compare myself to any profession. I don't want to get that straight out there right now. I've never professional, but
I do it all the time.
But
It's all good.
I'm relating to the issue of confidence. It doesn't matter if you're a pro, an amateur, or whatever. Confidence brings out the best in me.
I mean, imagine if that first shot went in that last game you played at Westwood.
Dale, don't bring that up, Dale. Don't bring that up, Dale. Don't bring that up, Dale.
I mean, like they were talking on the broadcast about the Bears. Go ahead. If you have to come back, go ahead. Go ahead.
I needed to see that shot go in.
Yeah, you did.
I'll let you get the last word on that. But they're talking on the broadcast about the Bears, and I hearken everything to like the car. Like I'm watching that game, just like it doesn't matter. This coaching staff shouldn't come back for the Cardinals. Forget about all the other stuff just because they're not anywhere near the level of Ben Johnson or any of the coaches that we watched in that game, or even in that the Bills come back over the Eagles. Those are questionable. Those are good coaches, McDermott and the guy in Philly, but they have their problems. But they push the right buttons. But then they were saying in the broadcast, Bears in training camp, Ben Johnson was sending calls into Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams would be like, "Hey, repeat that," and he'd be like, "No, figure it out."
Yeah.
And he literally put him in uncomfortable situations during camp to where when the game started, Caleb Williams no longer had questions. He had to figure it out in camp, so he figured it out. He knows where the position was. You hear those stories on these good teams when teams improve. You're not hearing any of that here, anything to that effect. And that's where it's like, what is going on here and everything when you compare the two. And so, like I said, take away everything you know about the Cardinals coaching staff, everything. Just watch a competitive football game this weekend or last weekend. And tell me that the Cardinals are anywhere close to that level. I said it last year and some of that stuff. And it's just you're missing a lot going into that. And
you really are. I mean, like Dale makes a great point. I mean, I thought I was going to see a high scoring game in Cincinnati because you got two horrible defenses there.
30 and a half points per game they give up.
And the Bengals had their best points against. I mean,
14 because of a late one. But then the Cardinals I gave the first half things. It was like punt.
Yeah, three and out.
Bengals were. They had a 12 play drive for 16 yards at one point.
The Cardinals did.
Cardinals did.
That's hard to do,
play,
Coop.
16 yards.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, man. It's just disheartening to even think about the possibility of Gannon and his staff returning.
Yeah.
I mean, I know our fans out there, our listeners, our viewers, they've seen the numbers.
Yeah.
They've seen what Gannon's record is, not only overall, but within the division.
They were 6-4 last year
yeah,
at one point,
yeah,
and they've lost 5. They won 5 games since.
Yeah, and so when you look at the fact that the NFC West is going to have a division winner and 2 wild cards in there, and those guys are coming back next year
with 12 wins, no less.
Yeah. I'm not feeling Jonathan Gannon coming back.
But can you now? It worked in Dallas one time, but can you tell Jonathan Gannon you got to replace your coordinators and the guys under you? We'll bring you back.
Well, believe it or not, I was. And I don't know if you had the clips or anything like this.
I got 4 of them ready to go.
I was reading something online where Gannon was talking about change. He was actually, I said, oh, Mr. McCullum's going to fall over and faint.
Yeah. Oh no. I
He
had a court thing yesterday, and a good thing I had just a continuance because I was angry going into that thing, watching that press conference on the way. I would have told that judge where to go because of Jonathan Gannon yesterday. What about the one where he talked about why he didn't make changes?
Well, I thought he said that the changes are inevitable.
Oh
He's
yeah,
gonna-
he
he's
did.
gonna make
He
changes.
said that. Yeah. Yeah. But here's the more important on that same context. So
Okay.
what you're talking about is he goes changes are coming because of the
Yeah.
season we had,
Right.
but it's coming in the off season. What he was saying in that clip,
He
and I
wasn't
got
he
this
wasn't
clip.
talking about his coaching staff.
Yeah, Gannon on why there's guys. Gannon on why is there no changes is the clip I'm about to call here, guys. Just heads up. So in that conversation, he says changes are coming because of the season we had,
Yeah.
but we're not going to look at it till the off season.
Okay, there's only one
So-
game left. So okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
So then somebody asked him, and I don't know who it was, said, "Well, why are there no changes during the season?" Here's Jonathan Gannon's answer.
Ooh.
Before the season got out of hand?
No,
Why not?
because I thought that was the best thing to do for the team.
Why did you make changes during the season? If you didn't hear the question, no, it wasn't the best thing for the team.
Coop, all you got to do is look about 6 hours west. The Rams are going to the playoffs,
And they made any changes.
and,
right?
and they fired a special
They're
teams
20
coach.
And then,
something
and
in
then their
special
special
teams.
teams comes up with a big
Yeah.
Yes.
field goal
Yeah.
block. Verse takes it to the house. Yeah.
It just you change things. And then you're sitting there watching the game on Sunday night, and Christian McCaffrey after the game, they're talking about it. The broadcasters are talking about Shanahan. Then after the game, Christian McCaffrey goes, every week we go into the week, and it's a brand new. We don't just implement a playbook in the beginning of the year and then we just make changes to it. Every week we have a different system that we have to learn going into the game and what we deal with. You make changes when you win in the NFL. You make changes when you lose. Any business. Right now, if you're running your own business, if you're an employee, you're making changes based off of what happened to you. You didn't get that sale yesterday, or that guy didn't return your phone call. You're tweaking a couple things today and trying again. And Jonathan Gannon continues to say no changes because it was for the good of the
I
team.
can think of 3 teams in the history of the NFL that didn't need to make any changes during the season. Undefeated Dolphins in 72, Chicago Bears in 85, and the New England Patriots that got to the Super Bowl undefeated.
You don't think they made any changes?
No,
since-
they did,
Okay.
but it's tweaks. And,
Yeah,
and,
tweaks.
and the
Yeah, it's
Cowboys,
not wholesale
we
changes,
would
yeah.
have our staple of 5 running
Yeah.
plays, probably 5 or 6 passing plays. They'll win every week. And then there'd be window dressing around all of them. And that would change every week. You'd show up on Wednesday. And there would be different formations, different things, different the way we had attack a team.
And I'm not saying the Cardinals aren't doing that.
Well, you just said no changes.
Well, no, but if they're doing that, it's very minimal because I can see what plays are coming from
Yeah.
my couch every week.
Yeah,
But,
I may
yeah.
have taken that out of context. That when I
No, you were right. It just that was in the same context. It was the first part of the conversation was, what's going to happen in this offseason? And he goes, yeah, we're going to look at everything. We're going to change training staff. We're going to look at all of our coaching staff. Well, why wait till the offseason? Well, because the best thing for this team was to keep everything the same. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's a coach who needs to go.
It gets worse.
Oh no, come
gets
on.
worse. You wanna hear this?
Okay.
Jonathan Gannon on why he will still be the head coach
boy.
after this Sunday. Go ahead and play that one, guys.
Uh-oh.
Why, hey, Jonathan, why are you going to be head coach?
Yeah. What makes you say that? I have confidence in myself, Bob.
That's his selling point to the fans, to the ownership. Why do you deserve to be head coach with your season this year? Well, because I have confidence in myself. That's why I deserve to be here.
Gee, that's the lamest freaking answer I've ever heard in my life.
It is.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I came to this conclusion driving home from the Falcons game. I don't remember if I said it. I know I said it to Dale on air, but I don't remember if I said it to you. I'm driving home, and what makes this season different? I've been a season ticket holder since '96. I mean, I've sat through a lot of bad seasons, a lot of them.
You have.
And I've never been this disenfranchised. And it's because of that attitude right there. He's not a likable human being. He's not somebody you can rally behind. He's not somebody that I'd invite to
Because he has
motivate.
confidence
I
in
would not
himself.
hire that guy for any motivational speak in my life.
Yeah.
Whereas I would have hired Buddy Ryan for that would have been an entertaining, speech. Even the bad coaches, the one heartbeat guy that I'm forgetting, Dave McGinnis.
Dave McGinnis,
He
yeah.
would have been a great. There's always those attributes to follow him. I played remember the Cardinals do that thing on YouTube, at the beginning of the season when he was hired 23. and his first time meeting the team in the locker room. And I played that. I played that a week or so ago. Went back and got it. It's the most uninspiring opening speech. You watch Hard Knocks and Dan Campbell's up there. We're gonna kneecaps, and you make fun of him for that stuff. Jonathan Gannon's like, anybody ride the bus here? You have the fire in your belly. You guys ready to do this? We're gonna play hard. Are you guys on board with this?
You know, the sad thing about it is that, McCollum's forced me to look at Gannon differently than I was before. I mean, I
have that effect on people.
Yeah, I now look at games and I watch for his.
Did you see him? Did you
hands
see him on
yeah,
Sunday? They kept
I mean,
going. Every time Daryl Johnson was like, he deserves another chance, they go to him on the sideline. This is him.
No. He'd had that little white piece of
He
paper.
had the notepad this time.
Because he's saying so many really important things in the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, he's literally he had a paper at one point, and he's just taking notes. And then he grabs his headset and adjusts it, and then he's taking notes again. And it's just it's like, what are you doing?
McCollum watches this guy like a hawk, doesn't he?
Oh, he does.
It's just I just because it stands out, Bruce. It's not like I'm purposely doing. I went to that Falcons game, and I'm not even paying attention to Jonathan Gannon, but I'm watching Raheem Morris on the Falcons sideline. I'm watching Kirk Cousins on the sideline. I'm watching B.J. Robertson getting pulled out of the game and going to the sideline, and the coach walking over and talking to him. I'm watching all that, and then I just happened to glance down at the Cardinal sideline, and Jonathan Gannon's got nobody around him, and he's just. It stands out.
Well, I will admit to you this, Steve. I will admit this that he has a personality more like Tom Landry, where
the old school.
Yeah, he just doesn't show any emotion.
And that might have worked back then.
Yeah,
and Coop,
Doesn't work today.
if you go 12-4, you win a Super Bowl every 3 or 4 years, and all that.
Yeah, but I'm more of a guy that likes the Pete Carroll type.
Yeah.
I mean, I see that he's going to fight for his players.
He's
going to cheer for his players?
Do you think Jonathan Gannon has a relationship with any of his players? Any of them?
It just doesn't look like
It doesn't seem like it, right?
based on his demeanor, his sideline demeanor.
He
But
gets done with practice, he gets in his car and he drives off, and the rest of the team goes and does what they do, and he just goes and does whatever.
Yeah.
He has no relationship with anybody. It feels like, right?
yeah,
that's what it feels like.
That's the perception.
Yeah.
That I'll grant you that. That is a
Pete
perception.
Carroll
but-
is having dinner with he's having dinner with his guys and inviting them to Hawaii for his house there. And hey, Pete, by the way, I'm still waiting for that invite for the Hawaii house. Well, here it gets better. Hey, Jonathan Gannon wants to. Hey, they ask him again. They did this. By the way, they did this 6 weeks ago. I looked up the date. They asked him, hey, what's your message to the fan base right now who's trying to renew their tickets, deciding what they're going to do? Jonathan Gannon here. His message to you, the fans.
I guess fans right now making decisions on whether they're going to renew their season tickets, decisions like that next season. What would your message to the fan base be for why they should continue supporting this
Yeah,
team?
just what I told Bo. How long ago was that? A month ago? Stick with us. Stick with us. The sun will rise in the valley.
Oh, my God. Cardinals, take my money. This guy is on the right track. I'm going to go run through this wall right now.
Hold on.
Guy.
So since he said that 4 or 5 weeks
By the way,
ago,
they're 0-6.
how many games have they won since he said? Just like I told.
That's why I looked it up. They're 0-6. They're 0-6 since he said that. Oh my God! Does that not make you want to just get up and go play? I'm ready to go play football. I'm gonna go try out for the Cardinals now. Get killed because that guy motivates me.
Look, I'll be honest. I'll be honest to you guys out there. I really didn't have this big negative vibe about Gannon until I started sitting next to this guy.
I'm so sorry.
But you know what? Listening to the clips, I have to support.
I'm not taking it out of context. Watch the 10 to 15 minute press conference, it's those answers. It's all we played. Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn had to walk back a lot of those comments yesterday. I don't know if you saw that, but Aaron Glenn, terrible season. Jets are actually in a worse situation than the Cardinals are. Yeah. And Aaron Glenn's like, this is awful. We suck out there. There's no effort. Coaching staff's terrible. He walked it back yesterday a little bit. But he's showing some fire, and he's out there calling out his players.
That's what you want to see as a fan, and that's what you want to see. That's when you talk about renewing tickets off a bad season.
With a 40% increase,
you-
50% price increase.
Yeah,
by the way.
you want to see a coach who cares.
Yeah.
You want to see one who's
Like,
emotional, who's invested as well.
You were around with Dave McGinnis. Everybody. I was even in the media then, and I love Dave McGinnis. I would have done anything for that guy.
I would have given him a lifetime contract if I were doing
Seriously,
I like
you
him that
could
much.
just root for the guy. It just sucks that he was a terrible head coach
Yeah.
and couldn't make it happen. But when he got fired, we were all like, "Oh, such a shame.
Yeah.
Just awful." But you were rooting for him, and you were just hoping to God he could turn it around, and he just couldn't do it. And Jonathan Gannon, dare I say this? I don't care if he can turn it around. I just don't care. I'm not gonna. The sun does come up tomorrow, and hopefully you're not here when it comes up.
The sun will come up in Arizona, Coop.
Yeah. Well, he may have confidence in himself, but I don't have any confidence.
That's the other thing. I have confidence in my. You're the only one, Tiger. You're the only one that has confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
You want to do the last one here?
Okay.
Hey, Jonathan Gannon. Hey, what do you know? Do you know about your job? Do you know what's happening with you? First of all, pay attention to the body language here, you two. Jonathan Gannon on what he knows right now.
Your job status for like a month now, whatnot. Have you been told that you're safe for next year?
I'm not going to get into all that, Josh, but I feel good.
Coach, you said that the guys have a lot to play for this week.
Dude, is
Tell me, Coop.
that really his? I mean, my God.
First of all, how big of a drink of water was that?
You know,
Uncomfortable drink of water was that? But that's his answer. And then what did he do? He stared directly into the camera.
Oh.
That's the Cardinals feed. He goes, "I feel good."
I mean, I have confidence in myself. I feel good.
Yeah.
The
Stick
sun
with
will
us.
rise tomorrow.
What's
Stick with
missing?
us.
What's missing here, Bruce? What's missing in what he's saying? How are you going to improve this team? He doesn't talk about that. What changes are possibly could come down the pipeline? Doesn't talk about that.
Well,
Doesn't talk about anything. It's just I have confidence in myself. He even said yesterday, "I feel like we have the right people on this staff." He actually said that yesterday.
Yeah.
I think we have the right people here.
Well,
I
again,
have confidence in the people I hire to do the job.
Again, it just solidifies my growing sentiment that this guy has to go.
Yeah. And I feel that's the thing. I put out on Twitter on I think it was Sunday. I said I kind of hope Bidwell keeps him.
Why?
Only because I have a sickness, Bruce. Only because I want to see Michael Bidwell get in front of the camera and justify keeping him. Because you can't talk about the record. You can't talk about how everybody's rooting for him and rallying behind him. You can't talk about how the players love him because there's no relationship there. That's the perception, right? And so name something that you can say on justifying him.
Well,
I want to see Bidwell do that.
do remember this? About a month ago, there were 4 or 5 players. Calais Campbell, the tight end. There were a couple other guys
Darius Robinson was one of them.
who said that he's a good coach and he deserves another chance.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
we've seen that happen before, too.
yeah.
And when you got players on a losing team that are comfortable being on a losing team, those are not the guys you listen to.
Show me now. We don't. A lot of Jacoby Brissett talks and stuff, and they get people in locker room. Show me one angry player. Myles Garrett won a game with the Browns the other day, beat the Steelers, and they're having a terrible season, and he was pissed off. He was pissed off at the way that game went, and they won it because the Steelers were, going against him and trying to keep him from breaking the record. Show me one player that has shown one out. Earlier, I think it was like the 4th game they lost in the last seconds. I saw a player throw
by
his
the
helmet.
way, see, that's not a good example.
Well, no, but my point is,
He was mad because he
Yes.
didn't break the record.
But-
he
but-
didn't care about the
but
win.
is he mad?
But
But is he mad?
Yeah, because he didn't
tell
get
me
his
one
record.
Cardinals player that's mad. Tell me one. I saw one guy throw his helmet on that whatever it was, the 4th or 5th time they lost, with 1 second to go and lost the game. I saw somebody throw a helmet in that moment. Other than that, tell me one player that's angry on the Cardinals and mad about the situation that's expressed it. Give me one, guys. Oh wait, we'll be here all day because there isn't one. They're all fine with the way it's going.
Yeah. There has to look. I have to believe that Michael Bidwell
Right? You
will
have
make
to.
a change.
You have to.
Has anybody heard anything from him?
No.
I don't expect you would because
I
I'm not as of 3 weeks ago, I was saying if he's made a decision, that's dereliction of duty. You wait till the season plays out. Because if they would have won 3 out of 4 games, you can justify bringing Gannon back at least. But the way they're playing, and the injuries just aren't an excuse anymore.
Yeah, they aren't. I mean, when there's other teams that are flourishing despite those injuries. One might even be the NFC West champions. But, and I'm talking about the 49ers.
Yeah.
But, look, when Black Monday comes around, that'll be Monday after the
Next month, this Monday coming up.
Monday. I expect and I certainly hope to hear Jonathan Gannon's name amongst the
If it goes
coaches'
long time, is it a quick firing or if it goes a couple days, you're gonna?
Oh, why
Change
would
your
you wait? Why would you wait? Look, if you don't know the answer to that question now,
Now you have to know.
I mean, I don't know why a Tuesday or Wednesday following Black Monday would make any difference. I mean, dadgum, come on, man.
I don't know
You want
what
to go
waiting-
back and look at that 2-0 start? That seemed like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
They've won-
I'll say this. They were 2-0, and I still remember this. They were playing the 49ers. They're up. They have a 1-point lead over the 49ers. Cardinals, if they get a first down, game's over.
Yep.
Kyler Murray finds Zay Jones. Zay has it on the way down to the ground. The defender rips it from him. 49ers take the ball. They kick a game-winning field goal. That started 5 consecutive games of heartbreaking last-second losses.
Yeah.
And there was none worse than the Tennessee Titans. I mean, I've just never seen a team hand them. I mean, look, I've seen the Amari DiMercado plays before. I mean, that would have made it 24-7 or something like that, or 27.
They wouldn't have come back.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
that didn't happen.
And so he fumbles it. But the play that kills me is they intercept the ball. The game is over.
and kicks it.
Then he fumbles it, and 2 other Cardinals had a chance to recover it. They booted into the end zone where the Titans recovered for a touchdown. Man, you can't make this stuff up.
But you know where, in my mind, in terms of the coaching staff, looking back at it, my opinion changed on them, was the only time we've seen emotion from anybody on the Cardinals, was when DiMercado fumbled that and Jonathan Gannon goes over and hits him.
Yeah.
And then gets fined for it and shows emotion.
Hey,
That's the only time we saw emotion this year from anybody.
Hey, I'm curious. Let's say that, because we just talked about earlier, the 49ers don't have anyone that drops the ball. Let's say Zay Jones holds onto that ball and the Cardinals beat the 49ers and they're 3-0. Do you think their season goes any differently than what it is now?
I think it can change dramatically. I've told
You think
Steve
it does?
before. We didn't really believe in ourselves in '88 in Buffalo. We fought back from 2-14 to 5-11. Then we were like 6-10, and then we won 2 close games to start the season. And you could feel the confidence growing in the locker room. And it went from who's going to screw it up in the fourth quarter, because somebody's going to screw it up,
And that's what the Cardinals do.
to who's going to make the play that helps us win in the fourth
Good
quarter.
point.
I mean, Dale's got a point. I think the 4th and 5th last-second loss where you had a lead and you let them back into it and they kicked the field goal, I think that is what set them on this path of what they are now. But there were so many issues before that I think they would have 5 or 6 wins probably, but I've been talking about Penzing since last year. And it hasn't gotten better, right? And things to that effect. And I think they still wouldn't have performed at the level, but it wouldn't be as bad as it is now.
Yeah, I was arguing with a buddy of mine yesterday who's saying that, he's all for Jacoby Brissett coming back. And I said, well, give me a reason why. He said, well, he's unlocked Michael Wilson. We wouldn't know what Michael Wilson was if Jacoby wasn't here because Kyler wasn't throwing the ball. I said, dude, have you been watching these games? Or are you just talking ignorance? He said, what are you talking about? I said, Michael Wilson's emergence came when some guy named Marvin Harrison Jr. sat. And when Harrison came back, Wilson's numbers went down.
Yep.
Harrison goes back down, Wilson's numbers go back up. So I said it's incumbent upon the coaching staff.
They're telling him where to go.
Right. They had no choice but to go to him. But it's incumbent upon the coaching staff to include him in their game planning.
They even said that week. They said, oh, no, when they're both out there, we need to put the ball in the guy that's going to make the plays. Benzing was saying that in his press conference, and then they didn't look at Wilson at all. Marvin Harrison was out there.
Well, the other thing you can think of, though, too, is, again, you talk to the good quarterbacks. Defense can take, for the most part, a receiver away.
Sure.
And so what happened when Marvin Harrison came back? Did they still kick coverage away from Marvin Harrison now? And Harrison was the one that had single coverage, so the concept of the play says you got to go to him. Michael Wilson's getting double covered, but still, when you're a great receiver, you throw the ball to a guy.
Yeah, but that guy's got to make catches.
Yeah,
Guy's got to make catches. So I don't know what the Cardinals do with Marvin Harrison. I still
you play out another year and then you let him go.
I still believe that he's a talented player. I just have to believe it's a confidence issue. Something's in his head.
I don't.
Somebody got because
I disagree 100%.
I watched him too much at Ohio State, and granted, someone says, "Well, go back." They told me go back and look at his plays at Ohio State.
They moved him
He did a
around.
lot of body catching.
yeah.
And as it said, and so that body catching is catching up to him in the NFL because defenders are closer to him
Well,
than they were in college.
Therein lies the rub. Well, when I did an Ohio State game, and obviously you watch them on TV.
Against Penn State, right?
He had guys that were not within 5 yards of him when he was catching the ball because he's going against Rutgers and Maryland and whoever else. You have very few uncontested catches, especially the routes that the Cardinals run. So you've got to be strong with your hands.
Yeah.
And the catching into your body. Those DBs, they're punching, they're prodding, they're doing whatever they can.
His one target on Sunday thrown, defender broke on the ball better than Marv did. Defender made a play on the ball before Marv did. It's not that he doesn't have the talent and he can't catch. I don't think he wants to.
Well, why would he want to?
I think he walked into this. I think he walked into the NFL as I'm going to be a Hall of Famer like my dad. I don't have to work hard. I don't have to do anything, and I'm just going to be good.
But he worked all off. He put on 20
He got his
pounds
arms
also.
big. What did he work on? He lifted 20 pounders?
Hey, let me tell you something that I heard. It was on I think it was 98.7's website. I think Tyler Drake and some young lady.
Their podcast that they have.
They were
I
doing
forget
it.
what it's called.
They did an interview, and they were doing it with Paris Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
This was leading up to the draft.
Yeah.
And
Paris played with him at Ohio State.
right.
Let's
Thank you for that. And Paris talked about how no one worked harder than Marvin Harrison. He said he was there before everyone got. You saw the same thing.
Yeah, and I don't.
And so I bought it. I said, well, heck,
don't believe
why wouldn't you want this guy? I mean,
leading up to it, Neighbors. The reason why I wanted Neighbors,
Yeah, I know,
is because he went to the combine,
yeah.
and he ran a thing, and he ran two of them good, but on the third time, he dropped the ball, and everybody's like, all right, we're going home, and he was like, no, let's keep doing this till I get it right.
Yeah,
and that's commitment.
Yeah,
Marvin Harrison, remember he showed up, interviewed with the Cardinals, and then disappeared, and nobody saw him again. Yeah. You know, I don't believe he works harder than anybody because you could fix a catching the body thing. He doesn't know the routes half the time. You can stop the way. I think he doesn't have the want to. This coaching staff isn't giving him inspiration to get out there and play. Whatever the situation is.
Man, no, he has to be driven. I mean, I'm not going to put that on the coach, but I will say this. You know, I look, audience, I do consider myself a draft savant. I get really deeply into it. I want you to know,
We're doing a draft show in April.
I have the Cardinals draft already completed right now. I'm working on free agency for the
Deal.
Cardinals now.
Mock draft coming.
But I will say I will say this, and I it's rare. I do get some wrong. My biggest miss or whiff with the Cardinals was Robert Condici. Now,
Everybody knows something.
now here we are with Marvin Harrison, and he said he wanted Malik Neighbors. I even had a former ASU Prentice. I just go and say it, Prentice Gill, ASU former ASU wide receiver coach.
Yep.
He was telling me how he recruited every one of those players. He said without question, Malik Neighbors is the guy. Because I did an interview with him leading up to the draft. I did it for Coops Chronicles, and he just like you, he was all about Malik Neighbors.
You can tell when a guy wants to play football, and you can tell when a guy doesn't.
And clearly, I'm one of those that whiffed on Marvin Harrison Jr. as well. So
I also wasn't buying into he's the savior of the end of the world. I'm also, and Dale knows this, I'm also very skeptical of second generation anything, whether it be second generation wealth, second generation kid. generally doesn't work out the same most of the time.
Well, the thing is, again, we're talking about him like he's past tense.
He is. He's done. Dan.
Yeah,
He's done.
you know, he still has a chance
I'm
to
joking. He
because
can turn it around.
you know
His coaching staff ain't going to turn it around with him.
I do believe when Paris Johnson talked about his work ethic, I do believe that, and we know his pedigree. I just have to believe that the light bulb will come off,
Right.
because this is a guy that when I watched him play at Ohio State with some guy named Jackson Smith in Jigba, some guy named
Who's a better pro than he
Emeka
is?
Ibuka.
Who's a better pro than he is?
And I'm telling you, you were flipping a coin saying, my goodness, who'd you rather draft? I mean, because they were all solid.
Yeah.
And but Dale, to your point now, you said that, and you're this guy echoed what you said. He's a body catcher in college, and he caught it with no defenders on him.
Right.
So you did games, and you're confirming
Well, you
that.
talking about his body language that I don't like either. That ball was knocked down by the Cincinnati Bengals guy, and he just was like, "Okay, back to the huddle," and it's like, what?
You don't see much emotion from him. I know Michael Irvin used to bother people with his first down and all that.
He's somewhere in the middle.
But we knew how hard he worked and how much it meant to him.
Yeah.
And that fire, you have to have some emotion to play this game.
Well, the other thing is when I hear a kid, he shows up. He's the first one in the locker room and the last one to leave. I want to hear what he's doing when he's there early. Because I used to know somebody that was an hour early for work all the time, and he left an hour after work every time. You know what he was doing in that time frame? Playing video games, not going home to his wife, not doing what he needed to do to get ready to go to work and stuff to that effect.
All right, well, we're gonna end the year.
No, we're gonna do positive here.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we got before football. We got positive on football.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to Larry's Fitzgerald's induction ceremony? He inviting you or what? To the Hall of Fame?
No, he has not.
I say, will he? Well, he's not going to do it before but he's officially a finalist. I kid with you because you know him. You're friends with him. And things,
Look. I talk to his dad quite frequently, and I'm going to ask Mr. Fitz, and that's what I call him, Mr. Fitz. I'm going to ask him: has Larry anointed you as the guy that's going to
Invite
induct him?
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask him that. I haven't asked him. I meant to
Who
ask him
else
that.
would it be,
I meant to
though?
ask him that in our last conversation, but we got talking so much it slipped my mind. I hung up.
How
I
about
said, gosh darn it.
how about any one of the 15 quarterbacks that threw
That's
him
what
a
I was
touchdown
thinking.
pass?
Is it going to be Max Hall? The guy that ran for Tempe?
John Navarre,
Skelton?
Max-
John Skelton?
yeah.
That's my point. Who else would it be?
Well, yeah.
Maybe a coach from Pitt or something, but not for the NFL.
Yeah.
That's my point. Is I was thinking about that the other day. I'm glad it's funny you bring that up. I was like, who would indict? He had nobody that maybe Carson Palmer.
Yeah, he
If
only
you want to
played,
go player,
3 years with
yeah,
him out of
but
the
they
15?
went to a Super Bowl and he had really good years while he was here.
No, not with Carson Palmer.
Kurt Warner.
With Kurt Warner.
Oh, Kurt Warner. I'm sorry. Yeah, Kurt Warner, not Carson Palmer.
yeah.
But he had some good years with Carson Palmer
He did.
too. But yeah, no, I was thinking about that too. But do you have your journalist dad do it who doesn't like the Cardinals? I might get some fireworks.
Hey,
and he's not afraid to speak his mind
Hey,
either,
let me
right?
tell you something, man. I could tell you about some verbal sparring that was taking place between Mr. Fitz and Mark Dalton, their Cardinals PR director at the time.
You know, the
still
last
there.
time I saw Mr. Fitzgerald, I was doing a Minnesota Gopher game. And I was at the stadium, I got on the elevator, and he was on there. And what did he call me?
Did he?
I
was he
didn't
covering it?
recognize. I mean, there were probably 12 people on the elevator, and I just got on, and he was standing right next to me, and he looks up at me, and he goes, "What's up?" I think he just said, "What's up, cowboy?" And I know he didn't like me when I was doing your show a whole lot. At least you told me so. He seemed to warm up a little bit over the years.
Yeah, he's very opinionated guy. For a
He is.
journalist.
He doesn't bite his tongue.
No, he does not.
He does not bite, and that's why I like him. When I always
That's
had him
what-
on my shows,
But
'cause
that's
he
what
was-
makes him good as a journalist.
Yeah,
also,
and
you know.
yeah, and you know, I can tell you there are times when Junior was upset at Pops for things that he said. You know,
Yeah.
Well, I already
yeah,
said
yeah,
he should be traded. He doesn't belong to play here. And
Yeah,
You know, that
but-
can't
but-
be. That puts your kid in a bad situation.
Yeah, and you know, Larry's the consummate professional. I mean, he doesn't want to rock the boat at all. He's a company guy, and you know that made for some
Uncomfortableness.
difficult- Yes, uncomfortable is the word. Yeah.
All right, we're going to end up on a positive note. My Phoenix Suns, 19-13,
How about
3-game win streak.
4-game win streak. They're 3-0 on this road trip.
Yes. The
Oh,
road trip
4-game.
they're
Yeah,
doing.
that's right.
Don't
Excuse
short me, Gail. Don't
Excuse
short me.
19 wins. So I'm 13 wins away from winning my over bet.
Yes.
Did you actually place a bet on that?
Yeah,
Dad, you know what?
yeah.
I was telling my buddy
both did.
I wanted to place a bet on the over on
Yeah.
that, but I didn't get around to it. You know that they changed the down at the Phoenix Suns arena. It was like FanDuel. You can just
they changed it
walk.
different,
You can't even walk in anymore.
Oh, really?
They're getting rid of it.
No. You have to be
Oh,
like.
maybe that's what they're doing. Oh, that's right. They changed it the standard to get in there.
Yeah. They did. And
They
so
don't want the riffraff in there like you and me, Coop.
yeah.
I got my
they-
$5 bet.
yeah. So people, you have to have like let's call it a gold card
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
You know, they
Really?
they kind of changed that. Yeah, because they want you to. I guess there was just too many like my buddy that would just walk in and
Watch the games on
watch the
TV.
games and he wouldn't really.
Gamble or
spend,
bet.
spend it.
They
No,
should do like-
no.
they should do like the-
He'd make the bets on his phone.
Oh,
he can
yeah.
make the bets on his phone.
Right.
But he didn't really engage in the I guess the refreshments or all
Right.
that kind of stuff.
That's what
the
they should do,
food.
like the Circa with that big. They have that stadium style seating. You pay like $100 and something to reserve the spot, but then you get free food and drinks up to that point. You know, so they make you. So you're basically buying your food and your drink ahead of time. So you can sit there all day and watch it. It's just you pay for for stuff up in it. That's what they should do. But we talked a few weeks ago and we were kind of guessing on what the Suns record. I said they would be at around 500. I said 2 or 3 games above, 2 or 3 games behind with that hard schedule they had. Obviously, they have one more game left this year. It's against the Cavaliers now coming up here, but obviously they're going to. Let's just say they lose that game here, right? They're going to be 5 games above 500 if they win it. Obviously, they'll be 7 games above 500. This is pretty amazing story here for this team that nobody had hopes for this year, and coming off of what we've been through the last 3 years.
Yeah. 33 games in the start of the season up to the new year of 2026. I don't think many people would have felt that the Suns would be potentially a 21 team or even
I
close to
I
it.
thought we'd be at 30 in like March, going, "Oh, Dale, are we going to get it? We're going to be close to get it." You know.
Yeah.
But that would-
And
we'd have it
this
by
without
February.
Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Jalen
with Jalen
Green.
Green
and
for the
Jalen
most
Green,
part, yeah.
you know, and they just keep on plugging away.
Here's the other, did you notice who was there when Gillespie was being interviewed? I think it was last night against
Jalen
the Wizards?
Green.
Yeah, Jalen Green. He's
He
traveling
dropped
with the team.
He dropped an F bomb.
Yeah, and they're like, it's a family show. And he goes, I don't give an F.
But you know, no, he said something like they can't F with you,
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to
Yeah.
Gillespie, and then they say, yeah, it's a family
Yeah.
show. But here's the deal: are you noticing that that this team
point.
enjoys each other?
It's looking a lot like that NBA championship run.
Dude, I'm telling you, for a guy like Jalen Green to be that invested in this team, which is a new team for him, he's only played 1 game and 1/4 of a second game.
And he's in a game in Washington.
Yeah.
He's played 5 quarters total in this season, and he is so invested. in
Cheering
this
on
That's-
Gillespie.
Yeah,
and-
That's what tells me about the chemistry and that stuff.
team.
is-
So here's the deal. I'm going to ask you both this question. I'm such a huge Gillespie fan that he looks like he's a fourth quarter clutch guy. He makes big baskets in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So much so that if Jalen Green comes back, how do you take him off the floor in the fourth quarter of games? Because if you know you're going to throw out Booker and Brooks, they're out there. Gillespie's out there right now, along with Mark Williams, and then that fifth guy is rotated. It could be like Royce O'Neal.
Well,
or it could
O'Neal's
be-
dominating right now,
It
too,
could be
everybody, yeah.
Grayson
Yeah.
Allen. You know, it's kind of changed. But Gillespie's always been out there. Jalen Green comes back. What happens in that fourth quarter? Crunch time. What happens?
Well, I tell you what, it's could be a good problem to have when you say
That's how
we
I
have
would
too
answer it.
many guys to put in versus how are we going to fill out this roster after Booker? You know?
Well, let me put it to you like
That's
this:
how I look at
Jalen Green, who is so invested in his team now, I think he would have a problem if he's not on that floor in crunch time.
Well, I think Booker would too.
Well, yeah. Booker and Brooks are a given. They're going to be out there.
Well,
but I think they'd have I think they'd have an issue if Gillespie's not out there. I mean, he alleviates some pressure off those two
okay.
guys.
So you're going to go with four smalls and one big to finish out the game.
To finish out the game, it depends who you're playing. Hey, too bad you're not playing Denver here in the next 4 weeks. The Joker, by the way,
Is he out?
He's out for 4 weeks.
Ooh,
It's not.
that was a
it's not a
serious
season
injury.
ender.
Was it
but
an
it's-
MCL sprain or something?
It just says a suffer a left knee hyperextension.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
night. I was like,
well, we do need to get them up on the schedule.
Yeah,
then.
that's good. Can we
Well, last
push
time
it
a
there?
center had a major knee injury and they went on to win the championship against the Suns. Remember when Giannis came down and knee went backwards, and they were like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
but
he's
he's
out
still
for a
playing.
while." Yeah, and then he came out. That's what I'm saying. So that's what happens to the Suns when they do it. No, this is an interesting thing, and I've been watching a lot of the Lakers. I grew up a Lakers fan, by the way, if you didn't know that, and everything. And I've been watching a lot of Lakers this year because they're fun to watch. Some of their awesome. But then LeBron came back to them, and they're just a mess to the point where now JJ Redick is calling LeBron out. You know, we've had issues. We've had.
What
you
what
haven't
happened
been
there?
seeing this?
No.
Yeah, he goes. He's not saying his name, but he's saying things like.
Oh
you
no,
know,
he did say.
no, he did say
yeah.
yesterday. He said his name, but he's been saying things like, "Well, our chemistry's been off, and guys aren't practicing very hard. Guys aren't doing their job on the court."
The
He's
ball
talking
flow.
specifically about LeBron since he's been back and everything like that. You know, so you can get your rotations and your confidence and et cetera really ruined by bringing somebody back and putting him in wrong.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: I have more faith in Jonathan Ott to figure it out than I do JJ Redick.
Yeah, well, let's put it to you like this: when LeBron plays, Austin Reeves doesn't have that same
No.
fluidity or that
This is-
same shot.
You're going to my point. If Gillespie's the guy that suffers when Jalen Green comes back, it's like when LeBron's not out there, Reeves looks like an all-star.
Yeah. Well,
Are we gonna run into that? That's what you have to figure out.
And that's my dilemma because I'm like, man, how do you take Gillespie off the court in crunch
You
time?
could-
Hold on.
ruin this.
You guys are assuming one thing
Somebody's going to be healthy.
that everybody stays healthy through that.
Well, let me tell you. Look, I gotta believe Jalen Green will come back healthy because his 3 previous seasons he had never missed a game.
Never.
It was 3 or 4
He
games.
missed like
Never
3 or
missed a
4
game.
games. Yeah.
He never missed a game.
But isn't his extra 2 weeks now after doesn't that tell you he had a setback? They're not saying it, but it was 4 to 6 week reevaluation. They waited till 6 weeks to reevaluate him and said he's out for another 2 to 3.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't
it's
that tell
possi-
you there's a problem?
It could. Yeah. You know, look. I've been told this, and like I said, I don't know because I've never had a hamstring injury. But they say that when you're in practice and stuff like that, and you're going up and down, you look good, you feel good, but you don't replicate that game day speed
That's why
in
I
practice.
think
And
the
so,
number is 33% re-injure themselves.
Yeah, so
and those
I
types of
think
injuries.
the Suns
NBA.
probably said this to your point. Maybe said let's go full bore here. Let's play game. And when he did, he maybe suffered.
But here's the thing, Coop. As a muscular guy who did have many pulled muscles in his career, you say practice at full speed. Let's go at game speed. You don't go at game speed. You can't go at game speed until you're in front of people and the lights are on.
Yeah.
And that's when, so you want to be with a guy like him. You waited this long. Why not wait 2 more weeks to make sure that you don't re-aggravate?
Well, the way
when
you're
that.
playing too, don't you be like, all right, man, let's make sure you're healed before you come
but at
back.
some point you have to develop that chemistry.
That's the problem. man.
With
you don't want to
you
go
know,
too late.
yeah.
If you're looking at March, you're like, oh, we're gonna have a chemistry issue moving forward. But you still got some time here. It's only December 3rd.
Yeah,
they got Cleveland tomorrow afternoon, 1:30
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah. You know, I said it on this show before because when you have these two-way guys and stuff like that, they can only play with you for 50 games.
Yeah.
And
That decision.
And I see 2 roster spots.
They're going to be trading some guys,
And
right?
Nick Richards, to me, it's been clear to me that he's fallen
He's
out.
out, man.
And
He's
so
out, yeah.
they would replace him with Malawak as a third center there. And Nigel Hayes Davis he's the other guy that has to go.
I think Livers is probably on the outside looking into.
Yeah,
if
but
they need a
I tell you what,
spot.
I like
But-
this. I like this Jamari Bouye,
Yeah, but
man. I'm
Livers
telling
Livers
you.
can go down to the G League. You don't have to unload him. Because he's on both rosters.
Yeah.
So he can go down to the G League.
But
that'd be
but he
another
wou't
spot.
be on your. What I'm saying is he
No, yeah,
wouldn't
it
be on
wouldn't
your.
be
Yeah.
But I'm saying you wouldn't have to get rid of him. But
Right.
you'll handle that, right? If you're getting Jalen Green back and you need to make some of the moves with some of the guys, like you said, playing right now as well. So Cleveland tomorrow, 1:30 p.m., last game for 2025 for them. This is a big game. You can't tell me the players don't know that Jordan Knott's going back to Cleveland. You can't tell me the players don't know that Cleveland's not been as good this year with Jordan Knott on that sideline. Suns have always outperforming. This could be a fun game to watch just from that perspective to see how the Suns come out. Rested, of course, played last night and everything. Day game as well to stand up for their coach because these guys love playing for him.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that game. I'm in a quandary right now. I said, gosh darn it, I'm gonna have to get my two screens going.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'll be at the
I got
ASU game.
ASU at noon, and Suns at
So
1:30.
Duke's playing something like 93% of their starters. ASU's got 20 kids out. This is going to be a bloodbath tomorrow. And it might rain on us if I were there, according to
Go
the
Blue Devils.
49% chance of rain, like later in the day. I hope they both just have fun. I want to go because we're going for vacation reasons. We're doing some other stuff there, but Cam Dreyer, we better see him out there a little bit. Jeff Sims deserves to play this game the way he played this year, but Cam Dreyer, there better have some plays for him.
Yeah.
Get these young kids out there, young receivers, like you said, the tight ends out there, stuff to that
Hey,
effect.
can we
running
just give Jeff Sims a half and let Dyer play the second half?
How about a quarter?
backs. And I don't.
I'm okay with that too.
I'm not opposed to that at all from that side of it.
I'm doing my rain dance. I hope it pours in El Paso. I hope Steve's miserable.
Dale would think that. There's no place to hide there either.
Happy
at
New
that
Year,
stadium.
Steve.
Yeah, I'll be texting you, Dale, the whole time.
No, you
blowing
won't
up
have your phone out.
Yeah, that's right, because of the rain. I'll be in my poncho. What are you doing for Christmas, New Year's, Bruce?
Well, I know I gotta after I watch a few of those games, I gotta go hit the wife
Oh,
on
that's
her
right.
annual
the
party. And
Forgot about the party.
Yeah.
Is
Well, I'll be
it
thinking
a
about you.
drive-to party or is it
Yeah.
a walk party?
Oh, it's a drive-to.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a neighborhood or.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's a drive-to.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be thinking about you guys while we're enjoying my guy who I just forgot his
Frank
name.
Caliendo?
Frank Caliendo.
Yeah, but you'll be home by 9.
Yeah.
What show are you going to? The 6th one?
6 o'clock.
Yeah, you'll be home by 9:30.
Grilling some American Wagyu
Dale's
steaks.
probably worked his way backstage with
Dale's probably already has a gallon of chocolate milk in his in the refrigerator, so he can get really silly that night.
All right. Happy New Year to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. You guys too at home. Next week we go back to our regular schedule off until Monday here, folks. Be safe this weekend. Obviously, take care of yourselves. Have some fun, and we'll see you on Monday. Back to regular schedule. Bruce will be back on Tuesday as well. Woo,
Make
playoff
good
football.
decisions. Make good decisions.
Absolutely.
Dale tells me that every day. Come on back, folks. See you Monday.